Omnipotence Paradox. Can an omnipotent being create a stone it cannot lift? If yes, it's not omnipotent because it can't lift it. If no, it can't create such a stone. Newcomb's Paradox. You face two boxes. Box 1 always contains $1,000. Box 2 contains $1 million or nothing. If a predictor believes you'll take only box 2, it places $1 million there. If it thinks you'll take both, box 2 is empty. The paradox lies in deciding between trust and prediction, box 2, or logic, both boxes. Ship of Theseus. If a ship undergoes continuous repairs with every part replaced, is it still the same ship? Furthermore, if the original parts are used to construct another ship, which is the original? Grandparents Paradox. If you travel back in time and prevent your grandparents from meeting, you would never be born. But if you were never born, you couldn't have traveled back in time to prevent their meeting. Paradox of tolerance. Unlimited tolerance can lead to the end of tolerance, as it requires tolerating intolerance. To preserve a tolerant society, it must resist intolerance. Dichotomy. Paradox. To reach a goal, you must first cover half the distance, then half the remaining distance, creating infinite steps and making the goal unreachable logically. Fermi Paradox. If the universe is infinite, why haven't we encountered extraterrestrial life? Opposite Day Paradox. Claiming today is opposite day contradicts itself, as the statement nullifies its own claim. Achilles and the tortoise. If Achilles lets a tortoise start a race first, Zenos' paradox states that Achilles will never overtake it. Each time he reaches the tortoise's previous position, it has moved slightly forward. Logically, this makes catching up impossible, though in reality, Achilles will overtake the tortoise. Simpson's Paradox. A trend observed in separate data groups may reverse when groups are combined. Sorites Paradox. If you remove grains of sand from a heap one by one, at what point does it cease to be a heap? Barber Paradox. In a town with one barber who shaves those who do not shave themselves, who shaves the barber? If he shaves himself, he violates the rule. If not, someone else must shave him, but only the barber is available. Sword and Shield Paradox. What happens when an unstoppable sword meets an unbreakable shield? Crocodile Paradox. A crocodile promises to return a child if the parent guesses correctly. If the parent says, "You won't return my child," a contradiction arises. Hedonistic Paradox. The more people pursue pleasure, the less likely they are to achieve it. Paradox of choice. Reducing options decreases anxiety and makes decisions easier. Birthday Paradox. For a 100% chance that 2 people share a birthday, 366 people are needed, but for 50%, only 23 are required. Arrow Paradox. An arrow in motion is stationary at any given moment in time. Thus, it cannot logically move, even though it does in reality. Two-sided paper paradox. If one side of a paper says, "The statement on the other side is true," and the other says, "The statement on the other side is false," a contradiction occurs. Liar Paradox. A person states, "I am lying." If true, they are lying, but if false, they are telling the truth. Boltzmann brain. In a vast void, it's statistically more likely for a single brain with memories to spontaneously form than for an entire universe to exist. Paradox of enrichment. Increasing food supply can destabilize ecosystems, leading to extinction. Service recovery. Paradox, fixing a failure can create more customer satisfaction than if the failure hadn't occurred. Nuclear stability paradox. Nuclear weapons reduce direct wars between nations, but increase indirect conflicts. Ironic process theory. Suppressing thoughts makes them more persistent and intrusive. Schrödinger's cat. In quantum theory, particles can be in several states at the same time, as long as this is not taken into account. This is called superposition. When observed, the superposition is destroyed, and the particles end up in one of the states. Hypothetically, if you put a device in a box that with a 50% guarantee gives out poison and a cat, then until the moment the box is opened, the device either invited the poison or not. The cat, for us, is simultaneously alive and dead. Twin paradox. According to relativity, time moves slower at higher speeds. A twin traveling near light speed will age slower than their sibling on Earth. Friendship paradox. On average, your friends have more friends than you, as sociable people are more likely to be your friends. The raven paradox. If a scientist wants to test the statement, all ravens are black, every black raven seen supports this statement. But logically, this statement corresponds to the statement, all non-black objects are not ravens, which is why finding a red apple confirms it, since it is neither a raven nor black. Temperature paradox. If the temperature is 90 degrees and rising, does it mean 90 is rising? Lottery paradox. Believing each lottery ticket will lose is rational, but believing all tickets will lose is not. Bootstrap paradox. If a time traveler gives Einstein data about relativity and Einstein publishes it, who is the original author? Stockdale paradox. Believing in short-term success reduces its likelihood, but faith in long-term success increases the chances of achieving it. Jevons paradox. Improved efficiency in using resources often leads to increased consumption as products become more accessible. Olbers Paradox. If there are infinite stars in the universe, why is the night sky dark? Paradox of value. Essential items like water are cheaper than less useful items like diamonds. Pinocchio paradox. If Pinocchio says, "My nose will grow," it creates a logical dilemma. If true, he lies, but if false, he tells the truth. The paradox of a surprise execution. If you tell a prisoner that he will be executed on one of the days of the week, it will be a surprise. With the help of reflection, he excludes Friday, then Thursday, and so on. But the execution still occurs, and it will be unexpected. Paradox of thrift. Individual saving benefits a person, but excessive saving reduces economic growth by lowering consumption. The catch-22 paradox. To get something, you must first not need it. For example, if a pilot does not want to fly because it is dangerous, he is considered normal and is allowed to fly. But if he likes to fly despite the danger, perhaps he is crazy and should not fly. But if he tries, then will be considered normal. Hotel infinity paradox. A hotel with infinite rooms can always accommodate new guests by moving current guests to the next room. Solipsism paradox. If only one's own consciousness exists, whom is this theory addressed to? Discussing it is meaningless without other minds. Have a nice day. I'm waiting for your feedback and criticism regarding the content of the material and its presentation in the comments. Sponsor the channel by subscribing and please like it.